Well, hello there, good night to you all. So, this will be my review for episode 11 of Shingeki no Kyojin or Attack on Titan. So, this is more another episode of preparation for what is going to happen in the next episode. Basically, this is a setting episode for the action that will follow. And well, first, again, that music, that soundtrack, since the to from the introduction to the soundtracks during the episode, epic, epic. That this soundtrack is like always amazing. Uh, the scenes, or we see several scenes, um, the way they rotate the camera and the way they created the scenes, the movement, again was done beautifully. Uh, a little annoying because they still continue to abuse in a way the images that are stopped. We continue, we see, we hear this, what the characters are saying and so on. We kind of hear the steps, and we kind of get the idea of movement and what is happening during that movement. However, they do again kind of insisted on doing frames that were stopped. Uh, well, but they were not in important scenes or in relevant parts. So I, well, I let it slide in a way, but it's kind of breaks the action a little, but okay. On the overall, it was another episode that was animated beautifully and spectacular. And well, mainly we see that Pixies and Aaron are finishing their talk, and Aaron decided that he will do it. He will pick that big boulder, that big rock, and will close or try to close all the hole on the wall from where the titans are coming in. And then we see that the one that again planned all what happened is Armin, and even Pixies kinda asked his strategic guru, let's say in that way, to hear the plan of Armin. And again, Armin continues to grow as a character or as a strategist, mainly as a strategist, but also as a character, obviously. And then we see the reactions of the soldiers, and they are not very convinced that they should die on the battle, and they do not believe that they could win against the Titans. And so we see a lot of dissension, a lot of protest inside the rankings of the soldiers, and they are considering, well, let's say, on a way, um, flee before fight. And then we have various situations with various soldiers, and also with characters that we know. We saw Jean scolding a guy, older guy, that is saying that he will left or will abandon his post and will go to see his daughter. And we have other characters, no-name characters, that are thinking the same. They want to go to see their daughters, they want to go to see their mothers, they want to go to see their families, and so on and so forth. And then the commander Pixies came and makes a speech telling or explaining that Aaron is part of a secret project that enable humans to take control of the Titan powers. Well, nobody believes in it, obviously. And this is not enough to kind of break the dissension inside the ranks, and we see soldiers leaving. And then Pixies continues his great speech. Basically, this episode is a Pixies episode. All during great part of the episode, we are hearing the speech of Pixies to the troops to rally their spirits. Initially, he says that the ones that lose the spirit can go on. He will forgive their betraying the military codes and so on. But he also says that if wall rose falls, he explains and recognizes that when a couple of years ago, when they sent the refugees of Walmeria back in that mission to try to retake the wall, it was basically a move done by the government to simply eradicate part of the population because they do not have the resources to feed all the population or the excess of population. So they are sacrificed for the better good or for the rest of mankind who live. But this is explaining that if wall falls, the last wall, it, it the territories inside wall China does not support even half of the population. So a lot of people is going to die, and because on the third wall they simply do not have the space, the resources that are now, even now, they are scarce in a way. Uh, but if wall falls, it will be even worse. And eventually, after he appealing to the soldiers in the sense that if they want to save their families, if they want to give up to the future of mankind, they should stand. And if they have to die, they die in this spot, because if wall rose falls, a lot of more people is going to die. And this kinda actually in a way forces the soldiers to return, or convinces them that they should not live, that they should fight, even if they don't have the spirit to fight. Um, and then we see the beginning of the plan for retaking trust, and we see that Eren, Mikasa, Rika, Yan, and the third guy are kinda assigned to be the guards of Eren and protect Eren during the mission, after he turns into a titan and grabs the boulder and then kinda closes the wall on the wall, and the rest of the soldiers kinda try to attract the titans to other spots, to other places, even if the a great deal of soldiers is going to die. And that is what Rika says to Eren where they are going to the location where the mission starts. Rika is kinda telling Eren if he does have the conscience that a lot of people is going to die for him to carry on this mission. And she remembers several, she speaks of several guys and girls that she knew. Uh, I guess they belong to the same unit. She also says that some of them, she knew them since the time of the academy, and that Eren does not, or he could not forget that a lot of lives were going to be sacrificed for him, or because of him, because he is the last hope. And even Pixie says that this is the only option they have, because he is kinda tired of losing battle after battle after battle to the Titans, and apparently he does not want to lose it more battles, so he intends to. But I understand what is driving Pixies. If the humans can retake trust, uh, it was the first victory for mankind in centuries. So the psychological effect, effect on the population, on the soldiers, and on the mentality of we will survive, we will win, we will prevail, and so on, it will be boosted seriously, seriously boosted. And but I think Pixies also understands that since Eren can turn into a Titan, he is aware that probably it's a possibility that there could be others like Eren, and that is hinted by Eren to me. To I think is Eren that hints this either in a talk with Armin or with Mikasa. Uh, and it makes sense. If Eren can do it, probably others can also do it. And no, this is not a spoiler. This actually is stuff that happened in the episode. Uh, then we also see that Mikasa again is trying to protect Eren, and he is very pissed because of that. And again, he repeat himself like he did before the battle, um, when he was assigned to the vanguard forces. Xiao, but I guess the situation with Mikasa, more than the situation that Eren is his family. Yes, that reality is also present, indeed. But I think that there are other type of emotions that are involved, or that involve Eren, and that's not only a brotherly love, um, uh, a love for someone that saves our life like Eren did when they were kids. It's more deeper, and I guess there are other type of feelings and emotions associated with the situation of Eren, of Mikasa seeing her as a brother or as a child, a son. I guess there are other emotions inside Mikasa that go far away than that two aspects. That's my opinion. And again, I like the characters' expressions, how they animated the facial traits, the eyes, the eyes, the eye expression, the faces. Uh, it was very well done. So this is my review for Shingeki no Kyojin episode 11 or Attack on Titan. Hope you enjoy, stay well and peace. And if you have ah and we have an epic scene at the end of this episode that was when Eren turns into a Titan. Instead of going for the boulder, he kinda attacks Mikasa. And well, I will not develop this further. You will need to watch the next episode that will be, if the episode runs the way I think it will run, it will be a mind-blowing episode in all the senses. So this is my review. If you have your own ideas, your thoughts about what will happen now that Eren turns into a Titan and kinda attack Mikasa, apparently. So what do you think will happen? Do you think he will attack? Do you think Mikasa will fight back? What do you think will happen? Or do you think that Eren will carry on the mission? Or do you think that other stuff will happen? So tell me what you think. Stay well and peace. See you soon.